everyone. How are you? It's Miriam from Messy Paper Wheels here at the Messy Paper Wheels craft room. We'll set that wheelchair back. Today I promised you some alternatives to the nice. Get my books all arranged here on my desk for you, and I'm going to hold them up where you can see them. I promised you alternatives to the nice nature notes of an Edwardian lady. Here, I was lucky enough to find one at a garage sale for $1, but not everyone is that lucky and is unable to find it. If you've not gotten to see anything, it has some really cool graphics. Give me a minute and I'm going to get it lifted up here for you so you can see. Because it's a little hard the way I have my camera today for you to see that. And I'm just having one of those days where I'm fumbling with everything and dropping everything, and it just happens some days, you know. I'm sure you have days like that yourself probably. But here we go. Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. I hope it's not backwards for you, but it's quite possible. It could be. Anyway, there is nice print in these. This is there we go. Nice print that you can see that looks kind of like a little bit like a script writing. And I wanted to share some alternatives with you to how you can find these images without even breaking the bank. This one is a Marjolaine Baston, Nature's Inspiration. I found this calendar on Amazon, a little bit under $5 is all. But take a look at some of these images. That's the front. And take a look here. Obviously, those are little tiny pictures in the calendar, so it's got that. But what is most impressive is after you pass your calendar. Now, this is a 2022 calendar. So I'm sure that's why it was so cheap on Amazon, and probably when they run out, they won't have any more. So if you want one, you might want to go right over there and grab it before they sell them out. But after you get past the monthly layout, it has the weekly layouts. And every page opposite your weekly layout, it has some beautiful nature graphics. It also has the little script that looks like handwritten, where you can cut out little quotes or notes. And this one up here with the birds, it says, "My son-in-law Dino has cleared out some trees on our property and stacked the wood in a couple of piles. As I stand in front of one of them, I think to myself, this would make a great nesting spot for a wren." So it's got some very similar words and graphics like the Edith Holden, and it reminds me a lot of her material. It just has some beautiful pictures, additional words, just some really neat stuff that you could cut out, fussy cut, make some things out of, envelopes. Of course, this is the one opposite February 14th for Valentine's Day. But here are some beautiful bird images. Again, nature and birds throughout this. And like I said, it was under $5 on Amazon. So and with each page on the right, each month, it has, we'll fold it back so you can see the other as well. It has some little images at the top of each page. Some of them are going to be okay for fussy cutting, others maybe not so much. There's a bird with a berry in its mouth. Another little bird there, and here's one for October. See what the beginning of October image is here. Oh, looky there. Bluebirds, I believe, or some type of songbirds. this is the one for October 1st, which happens, by the way, to be my birthday. But I don't celebrate birthdays anymore. I just recognize it, and I do celebrate birthdays. I'm kind of being sarcastic. I just don't like to admit how old I am once we think about birthdays. So anyway, other than Edith Holden, we've got a Marjolaine Bastion. If you can get a hold of any of her other stuff, great nature, great bird images. That is one option. A second option is Susan Branch. She is a scrapbooker slash book writer from the early 80s, I believe it was. She's still around. She lived on Martha's Vineyard. I bought this used on eBay, but again, beautiful images. Hers are not only flowers, she also has some nature, some great journaling kinds of images. The other thing I like about her stuff is she uses the little script writing. See how it's written here? This is a statement on inspiration, and many of the things that are written in hers are not all her writings. Some of them are famous quotes that you might find. I mean, here's one in February, aphrodisiacs. A heart over here on the page that has a poem from William, gotta look closer here, folks. William Shakespeare. Give me my romance, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in the little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garnished sun. And there's another quote up there. I don't know who Charles Caleb Colton is, but maybe you guys do. If you do, you can comment down below, let me know. Again, lots of small little images to be fussy cut out. And throughout the book, there are large ones as well. And some of the large ones will just really lead to nice envelopes. I mean, where things will not be turned upside down. This one here has a nice house with graphics. There's little things that could be cut out. I'm going to lay this one down for a moment here. But I will continue to try to keep it in frame for you. There's a little note here for your guests on this one side. For your guests. You could cut that out and put it in a junk journal easily. Mid pleasures and palaces, though we may roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. So lots of quote types of things. She has several books that she's written. All just beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work. She has some books she's written, not just calendars, but she's written, here's one called Gratitude. Again, this is full of quotes about gratitude, giving thanks, a one-page things that would easily lead itself to becoming a page in a journal. Or something like these strawberries, you could turn it into an envelope. You can fold strawberries up, down. It wouldn't matter which way direction the strawberries are. They're not so much with an orientation. They just, there's a quote by Mae West. The quote would be in the middle of the back of the envelope. Maybe if you made envelopes with these, on the road between the house of friends, grass does not grow. And you know, if you think vintage is 20 years ago. Early 80s would be vintage right now. Not as old as the early 1900s, but quite a few here. Different. Here there's Where There's Great Love. There are always miracles. That page would be perfect to make an envelope, a pocket, whatever you might want to turn it into. It's just filled with wonderful graphics. There's a little girl flying a paper airplane here on this side. So you can really, I mean, there's a pocket watch, flowers. I mean, you can make it look more vintage if you want actual vintage, but Susan Branch, another good option. Search, Amazon has some of her stuff. Search used bookstores. You can pick up these ones I have. I picked them up for probably $3 to $4 is all. She also has a couple larger size books that could actually, oh, there you go. Hello everyone, you saw my eyes and face. This book originally, it was $23.95 originally, but it is an old enough book. It's got recipes again in that beautiful script. It's got pictures. Here's one for pumpkin soup. You can put it into a fall journal. It's just got some really pretty stuff that could be cut out and used in a journal. She's also got little things like romance, a beautiful word that ever sounds pretty, and get few ideas to, and look at the flower trimming on these that could be fussy cut out and used as well in some way in your journal. I mean, I can just see, here's a witch's brew. This one here, witch's brew. Be wonderful to make a holiday brew made by good witches. It's really very elegant and perfect for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas parties. There's Snowball in Hell, Baked Alaska, chocolate sauce. I mean, you name it. And many of these recipes are half a page, 1 page. I mean, here's one that has a quote underneath added in. It's like she's filled all the pages within here of different memories, things, friends, quotes on friendship, you name it. And the index is just as neat to use as the book with all those images. This probably is not a good camera position, but like I said, I've been dropping a lot of things today. I didn't have someone to help me get it set up any better, and I've got someone working for me on an overhead camera holder that I would be able to use. So, and even the cover here, there's little round circles that could be punched out with your punch. Any of these images you could actually punch out and use them in your journals. So there's 2 options. I wanted to share another book with you that has some more older images in it as well. The next book I got at a yard sale for 50 cents. And it has some very promising Norman Rockwell images in it. I mean, these are some of the older Norman Rockwell pictures with some classics. These pages here at the beginning of books, I don't know if you keep these, use them. They're a thicker paper. They are just amazing to use as some kind of a backdrop for something. But see, here we've got the like Tom Sawyer type character playing his flute with a little girl there. And she's dressed in clothing from a while back. This book was originally copyright 1948, 49, 50. So originally it was printed, and many copies have been printed since then. Most recently 1970. But see, you've got this particular one, you've got a little boy, a dog, some pumpkins. There's also with each of these pictures describing it, there is a page talking about it. These could be anything you wanted. If you needed to do a journal for a guy, a young boy, there's some really neat images in here that could be used in either fussy cut, turned into an envelope, some of these that you might turn into an envelope that have the beautiful pictures on the outside, I would probably not, you know, glue that envelope down per se in a journal. But just all kinds of and the interesting thing about these books, which is almost as exciting as the books themselves, toward the back you'll often find several of these heavier. Can you hear that noise? It just has a different noise. And just here's one, it simply has a windmill in the middle. Otherwise it's nice heavy. There's one with a moose antlers. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can hold it up where you can. There's a plain white one. There's, oh, closed it up. Just plain old moose and antlers there. But it's got that heavier paper, so you could either turn it into something and then they could open it up and get writing on the inside, or maybe put the, I guess, look at that moose. I think he's winking there. One eye closed, one eye's open. That's pretty cool. Didn't notice that before now. So these kind of large table books, so to speak, are some options. Obviously, this is not going to replace your nature images, or your fussy cut your flowers and things. You'll get more of that from Marjolaine Bastion or Susan Branch. But this is a good, these kind of coffee table type books are good books to get some images out of, and stick in some stories that if you wanted to do that with a junk journal. Maybe you're making a journal like I am right now, a memory journal for someone, and I'm trying to think of things that a person likes and throw in memories for them from the journal. So that's about it for the alternatives. I wanted to keep the video nice and short for you. My next video will have another project probably, and I'll share with you the folio that we made in our video the other day. I'll share with you how I decorated that, and we'll work on some other decorating type projects as we move along. I hope you all have enjoyed my video today. Again, this is Messy Paper Wheels, over and out, and you all have a good afternoon.